Hi guys, welcome to this class of pre-algebra. In the last class we looked at prime numbers and highest common factors. In this class we will look at a second method to actually solve highest common factor and lowest common multiple. So basically we'll go to the highest common factors now and yeah. So in this method, we will try to outline what the method is all about, and then by writing the steps, right? So, what is the highest common factors again? The highest common factor of a certain set of numbers is that one single number that is, like common, the highest common single number that can stand as a factor for all the numbers. So, assuming you have you have 64 and then you have 48, right? So you're looking for that one single number that could serve as the a factor in both cases. However, this single number is going to be the highest, because then you could have maybe a couple of numbers that will suffice. So in this step, what we will do here is we will first do prime factor, breakdown for both numbers, or all the numbers that you're trying to find the highest common factor, and then we will do some grouping. So in this grouping, we basically will just select the most, like what is common to all the, to the different groups of numbers. And then we will multiply the unique, like factors from each group, right? So this is HCF, right? So yeah, so let's basically kick into it, right? So now, I would like us to basically take this method. So one method we could use, this is also very like a common method. We will basically solve 64 and 48, right? So here we could draw something like this, and then we put 64 here, right? And then we could draw something like this, and then we put 48 here. So this is another very popular method. So here what we will do is we will divide down till we get to 1, right? But then we always look for the lowest number to divide through. And then if the lowest number cannot, then we move one step higher, and this is the idea. So we could say 1, if we divide 1 by 64, it's basically going to be 64, so there's no point dividing by 1. So basically we just start from 2. Because 2 will divide through by 64, so we basically go ahead and we have 32, right? And then you're looking for what is the next number. 2 can still divide, so basically we still go with another 2. So when we divide 2 from 32, we get 16. And then when we put another 2, we still see that 2 can divide, basically. 2 is still a factor of 16, so we get 8. And then here we still see that 2 is still a factor of 8, so we get 4. And then we still see that 2 can divide through, so we divide through, and then we get 2 this time around. And then we see like 2 can still divide through, so we get 1. Basically, when we get to 1, then it's good to stop, right? So, in the case of 48, we basically also start from 2. We see like 2 can divide 48, then we divide through, we get 24. We also see like 2 can still go ahead to divide 24, so we divide through by 2, and then we get 12. And then we see like 2 can still divide through, so we divide by 2, and then we get 6. Here we see like 2 can still divide through, and then we get 3. And then we see now that 2 cannot divide through by 3. So basically we cannot divide by 2, and then we go to 3, and then we divide by 3. And then here we basically get 1, right? So here we're done. So in this case, what we do now is we will line up for each number. We'll line up its factors, and then we will go ahead and do our grouping. So here we could basically start and say 64. Number 64 was is gotten by 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. This is about 6 2s, right? And then 32 is given by 48. 48 is gotten from 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3, right? And then we can see, okay, so in the case of factors, so basically we're trying to look at, what are the groups that exist that is common in this case of both numbers. So here we start and we say 2 is 2, 2 4 2, then another 2 4 2, and another 2 4 2. And then we notice here we cannot group again. So basically we stop, and then we just take the uniques of each group, right? So each group, for each group, the unique of this group is 2, just 1 2, and then this is also 2, and then this is also 2, and this is also 2, right? So we just pick one of the 2s, and then we bring it down, and then we do our multiplication all through of from the uniques that we got. And then here we are getting our answer as 4 times 4, which is 16, right? So 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 2 raised to the power 4, and then we get our 16. So our HCF in this case will be 16. And then if we look at it really well, when we divide 16 from both numbers, we can basically get to see that this is like the highest that can be divided. And this is also one of the tricks in mathematics that you could always check back on your answers to see if they actually to serve the purpose. So if you understand the concept, you can always check back on your answers just to know if you've made some kind of mistakes down the line. So if you were to check back on your answer in this case, you notice that for 64, and then I'll just write it here, we have 64 divided by 16, you get 4, right? And then for 48, when you divide it by 16, you get 3. And then when you look at these two numbers, you see like there's no common factor except maybe 1 between these two numbers. And then this is an indication to let you know that you're right. I mean, your answer is right. So then you could just, go ahead and submit your papers, right? So so the next one is basically the lowest common multiple. We'll do this in the next class. Thank you.